In this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to trade futures using the BTCC mobile app. If you're still relatively new to the platform and you'd like to learn about some of the basic functions, like how to deposit assets or how to trade on the spot market, I did make a separate tutorial for that, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'll be focusing on futures trading. I'm going to show you how to internally transfer your assets into your futures account. Then we'll go inside the futures market and I'll show you all the different pairings that are available to trade on BTCC. After that, I'll explain the margin mode and how to adjust your leverage. From there, I'll demonstrate trades using market orders, limit orders, and how to set a take profit and stop loss as well. All of that and more with some tips and tricks along the way. If you'd like to create an account on BTCC, I left you a verified link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment down below. If you use that link to create an account, you'll be saving 15% on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account. BTCC is often running promotions for people as well, so use that link down below to save 15% on your trading fees and see what promotion is available to you. You'll also be supporting my channel at no extra cost to you. This video is not financial advice and is for educational purposes only. Always do your own research before ever using an exchange, including BTCC. I also left you some timestamps in the description down below, so at any point, feel free to skip to a section that might be most relevant to you. Let's get into the video. Creating an account on BTCC is nice and simple, whether you're doing that on your computer or from your mobile phone. If you clicked on my link in the description of this video, or in the pinned comment down below, you should be redirected to this page right here or some variation of it. You'll notice here on your computer that you can create an account by using an email, or you can click here and use a mobile number. Simply choose the option that makes the most sense to you. Then come up with a good password and simply click on Next. Over here on the left-hand side, you'll be able to see the promotion that is currently available to you. Now, at the time of making this video, the current promotion is you can unlock up to 30,000 USDT in welcome rewards. And I'll show you where to find those inside the app. Also, keep in mind that if you used my link when creating your account, you'll be saving 15% on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account, in addition to whatever promotion might be available to you up here as well. Once you've created your account and signed into BTCC, you can get the mobile app by simply coming right up here, top right hand side, hover over this download icon. You'll see a little QR code drops down below here. You can scan that to get the app, or you can click right here where it says download options. You'll be redirected to this page here. You'll see the QR code over here on the right hand side. And over here, you'll be able to see that you can get the app from the Apple App Store, and you can also get it from the Google Play Store. Simply choose a download option that makes the most sense for you. And if you're watching this video on your phone and you'd like to create an account on BTCC, you can tap on the link in the description of the video or the pinned comment down below, and you'll be redirected to this page right here. Same thing, you can use an email or a mobile number to create your account. If you scroll down and you'd like to see the promotion that's available to you when you're watching this video, you'll be able to see it right down below here. To download the app, you might see this little drop down up at the top. You can tap right there on download, but you'll also notice right here that you can tap on Google Play Store or the Apple App Store right there as well to download the app. So if anybody needs to create an account and download the app, now's a good time to pause the video, create your account, and I'll see you on the next step of this tutorial. And here's the home page once you create your account and sign in. Now, for whatever reason, if you didn't end up on this page, you can get here by tapping on the home button, bottom left-hand side of the app. Now, at the time of making this video, KYC was not necessary to create an account and use this platform, but some of the services are limited. For example, you won't be able to buy any crypto using fiat, but you can still deposit digital assets or tether onto the platform, trade on the futures market, spot market, and you can withdraw your assets to a self-custody hot wallet or to another exchange whenever you're done. Now, this could change in the future, so I'm going to quickly show you where to go to get verified just in case it becomes necessary by the time you're seeing this video. So to get that done, we'll tap on the hamburger menu, top left-hand side of the app, so those three lines there. That'll bring you to this page right here, and you'll notice there's an identity verification button right here. Just tap on that. And this brings you to the page where you can begin the verification process, also known as KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer. It's a really self-explanatory process, but during this process, you will have to submit a government-issued document, such as a passport or a driver's license. After completing the form, submitting your identification document, BTCC will let you know once you're verified, and then you're good to go. So if this became necessary by the time you're watching this video, now's a good time to pause the video, get verified, and I'll see you on the next step of this tutorial. But as I mentioned before, at the time of making this video, this process is not necessary to use the platform. So anyways, let's head back to the home page by tapping on the back button, top left-hand side of the app. And then we'll tap on it again. And we're back to the home page. Now, before we get moving along with this tutorial, I'd like to also point out where you can find some bonuses and rewards for using the app. Up at the top right-hand side, you'll see a present icon next to the headphone icon there. So we'll tap on the present. That'll bring you to this page here where you can scroll down and see some bonuses and rewards that are available to you. Now, your page might look a little bit different than mine, just depends on when you're seeing this video. But you should find some futures trading bonuses here. Basically, the more you deposit, the more you trade with, the more in bonuses you can receive. You can use these bonuses to place free trades, and the profits are yours to keep. So if you're going to be doing any of this on the app anyway, just make sure to come in here and claim some bonuses as they become available to you. If you're not interested in the bonuses, all good. Also keep in mind that anybody that uses my link when signing up will be saving 15% on all their trading fees for the lifetime of their account, regardless of what you deposit and what you trade with. Anyway, let's head back to the home page here by tapping on the back button, top left-hand side of the app. And we're back to the home page. Now, obviously, before using the app and trading on the futures market, you'll have to deposit some Tether or other digital assets onto the platform. So here on the home page, you'll notice there's a deposit crypto button right here. And you'll see there's another deposit button right down below that as well. Alternatively, you'll find one if you come down here, tap on the bottom right-hand side of the app where it says assets. This brings you to your asset overview page where you'll see all your different internal accounts. And you'll notice there's a crypto deposit button right there as well. Tap on any one of those options, and that's going to begin a standard crypto deposit process. Now, if anybody needs any additional help with that, I do cover how to get that done in my BTCC beginners tutorial. So I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anybody that needs any assistance with that. In this video, my intention is to focus on futures trading. All right, back on the home page here. Now, before trading on the futures market, not only will you have to deposit some Tether onto the platform, but you'll need to make sure that it's in your futures account before trading any of the futures pairings. So if your Tether didn't arrive in your futures account, you need to internally transfer it. This is how to get that done. Bottom right-hand side of the app, you'll see where it says assets. We'll tap on that. This brings us back to the asset overview page, and as I just mentioned, we need to make sure the Tether is inside the futures account. So if your Tether is in any other account, we're going to have to transfer it. There's no fees to get this done. It's simply an internal transfer. You'll notice right here there's a transfer button, so we'll tap on that. And that gives us a form where we can internally transfer our assets between our accounts. So the first thing we need to do is select the account that the Tether is in. So we're going to do that by tapping right here. So in my case, where it says wallet account. Now, my Tether is inside my spot account, so I'm going to be tapping here where it says spot account. Now we need to make sure right here where it says to is set to futures account. Mine already is, but if yours wasn't, you'd tap there. And then of course you'd select futures account down below. Next, we'll have to choose the asset that we wish to transfer. So of course that's going to be Tether because we want to trade the Tether pairings. If you're not already set to Tether here, you'd tap right here and then you'd select Tether from this menu down below. Now we'll choose how much Tether we wish to transfer and you'll be able to see your available balance right here. So if you want to transfer a custom amount, you could tap on this box like this. You could type it in like that. But if you want to transfer all of it, tap here on max. We'll tap here on done and we'll tap here on confirm. And transfer successful. I just moved that 259 Tether from my spot account and into the futures account. So if I tap on the back button here, up at the top, we'll tap on the back button again, top left-hand side. We're back to the asset overview page. If you look below portfolio there, you'll see futures account and you can see that Tether is now inside of it. If we come up to the top of the app and tap here where it says futures, that takes us to the futures account right here. And of course, you can see that Tether right there. So now that my Tether is inside the futures account, I'm ready to trade the Tether pairings on the futures market. And at the time of recording, the Tether pairings are the most liquid and most popular pairings on the futures market. All right, now that I have some Tether inside my futures account, I'm ready to head into the futures market. So to do that, we're going to tap on the trade button in the middle of the app down at the bottom, or that blue button. Tap on that. And that'll bring you to this page here where you'll find an order form on the left-hand side and an order book here on the right-hand side. The first thing you want to do is make sure that this is set to the futures market. You can see up at the top, in my case here, I'm currently set to the spot market. So we need to tap here where it says USDTM. Now we're looking at the order form for the futures market as well as the order book for the futures market. Now you'll find your different pairings, so all the different assets that you can trade on the platform. If you tap on the pairing, so in my case where it says BTC USDT, we'll tap on that. That'll bring you to this page here where you'll be able to see all the different pairings that are available to trade on the app down below here. Now these pairings here are quoted in Tether, which means all the profits and losses will be settled in Tether. You'll notice that there's a little navigation bar here that you can slide left to right. You'll notice if I slide this to the right, you'll even find some Tradfi products on here like tokenized stocks and commodities. If you tap on that, you can see all the different stocks and commodities that are available to trade. And if we go over here to the left, you can always just tap on all, and then you'll see everything that's available to trade. If there's something specific that you're looking for, you can always tap on the search bar here, and then you can search for it. So for example, let's imagine that I wanted to trade Solana. I would type in the ticker symbol SOL, and I can see Solana versus Tether up at the top. I would tap on that. And as you can see, I just changed the pairing to Solana versus Tether. So now I'm ready to open long or short positions on Solana. If I want to change that back to Bitcoin, I would just tap on it again. We can tap on the search bar. I'll type in BTC, which is the ticker symbol for Bitcoin. I can see it at the top here. We'll tap on that. And I'm back to Bitcoin versus Tether. So that's how you can change the pairing to whatever you want to trade, whether that's a crypto, tokenized stock, or commodity. Right here on the left-hand side is where you'll find your order panel, where you can open long positions, betting on the price of an asset going up, or you can open short positions, betting on the price of an asset going down. You'll find your different order types if you tap right here. So in my case, where it says market order. Then down at the bottom, you can use market orders, limit orders, and you can set stop loss and take profit levels as well. And I'll be demonstrating all of these in this tutorial. To the right of the order form is where you'll see the order book, and that's showing you where market participants have placed their orders to open short positions, or place their orders to open long positions, or their take profit on their currently open positions. And they're doing that by using limit orders, which I'll be demonstrating in this tutorial. On the top side in red, these are the price points that market participants have placed their orders to open a short position or their take profit on their long position. Down here in green, these are the price points that market participants have placed orders to open long positions or take profits on their short positions. In the middle of the order book here, that price point is what's known as the mid price, and that's the price that the asset is currently trading at. So all these price points up above are greater than the mid price, and all these price points down below are less than the mid price. When a trader comes along and executes a market order, they're matched up with the best available price off this order book, and the trade is executed immediately. And I'll be demonstrating that in this tutorial as well. Now, up above the order book is where you'll find a couple little candlesticks here. If you tap on those, that's going to bring you to this page here where you'll be able to find the price action chart for the asset that you're viewing. You'll notice that there's time frames up at the top, and I'm currently set to a daily time frame. That means each candlestick down below on this chart represents a day of time. If you want to change the time frame, just tap on the time frame you wish to view. If I wanted a 15-minute, I'd tap here on 15M. And as you can see, I just changed the time frame to a 15-minute time frame, meaning that each candlestick down below now represents 15 minutes of time. If you want to find additional time frames, just tap right here where the arrow is, and then down at the bottom, you'll find additional time frames that you're able to view. Now down below the chart, you'll see that there's a few indicators that you can add. I've already got the MACD on the chart here. If I wanted to remove that, I would tap right here where it says MACD. Now, as you can see, I just got rid of that indicator from the bottom of the chart. If I wanted to add an RSI, I could tap right here where it says RSI. Now, as you can see, I just added the relative strength index to the bottom of the chart. If I want to get rid of that, we'll tap on that again. And as you can see, it's gone. If you scroll down a little further here, you'll get a different view of the order book. And then when you're ready to get back to trading the asset, you can tap right here on Trade Now. And that brings you full circle back to the order form as well as the order book. All right, just above the order form is where you're going to find your margin mode as well as your leverage. Now you can see at the time of making this video, BTCC is using cross margin mode. This means that BTCC will be using your entire futures account balance as collateral across all of your open positions, whether you have 1 open position, 3 open positions, or 10 open positions. If you get liquidated, you lose all your collateral inside your futures account. Now you can always avoid liquidation by using a stop loss and exercising proper risk management. Now next to the margin mode is where you'll find your leverage. You can see in my case here, this was set to 25x by default, and that is a lot of leverage. Now if you want to change that, you can just tap on that, and then you'll get this window down below where you can adjust your leverage. Now you can do that by using the slider bar here. You can see that that changes the leverage as I slide it up or down, or you can tap on this box like this. We can delete that, and I'll just go ahead and type in 2x leverage. This means that I can put on position sizing 2 times greater than the collateral inside my futures account, whether I'm spreading that across 2 positions, 5 positions, or 10 positions. If I was to change that to 5x leverage like this means that I can put on position sizing 5 times greater than my futures account balance, whether that's in 1 position, 5 positions, or 10 positions. So as you can see, leverage certainly gives you the ability to maximize your gains because it technically gives you the ability to trade with money that you don't have. But it's more important to understand that leverage also maximizes your losses, or it can get you completely liquidated. The more leverage that you use, the easier it is to get liquidated, and it can happen faster than a fart in a hurricane. So keep that in mind when choosing how much leverage you wish to trade with. I'm going to leave this set to 5x. I'm going to tap here on confirm. And when we come back to the top of the order form here, you can see I'm set to 5x leverage now. So that's how you can adjust the amount of leverage that you wish to trade with. All right, first I'll demonstrate a market order. These order types are nice and simple. They'll be executing immediately at the best available price off the order book, whether you're opening a long position, betting on the price to go up, or opening a short position, betting on the price to go down. Now, the first thing we need to do is obviously tap on the pairings above the order form and then choose the asset that you wish to trade. I'm fine demonstrating with Bitcoin, so I'll be leaving that as it is. Next, we'll need to make sure that the order form is set to market. Mine already is, but if it wasn't, we would tap right here, and then we would choose market order down below. Next, I need to choose the size of the position that I wish to open, and I'll demonstrate with a long position first. Now, right here, you'll see where it says max long, and down here, you'll see max short. So that's the maximum position size that I'm able to put on with the amount of collateral in my account and using the amount of leverage that I selected. That'll work just fine for this tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on the quantity box here, and I'll just type in 0.01, which is also the minimum size position that I can put on with Bitcoin. I just have a tiny amount of tether here, so that'll work just fine. But of course, choose an appropriate position size for you. Now that I have my quantity in the quantity box here, I'm ready to open this long position, betting on the price to go up. So to do that, I'm just going to tap here where it says open long. You'll get your order confirmation pop-up window, so confirm the details are what you intended. And you'll notice right here that there's an estimated liquidation price. In my case, that's down at 54,531. This means that if this trade goes against me and the price of Bitcoin falls all the way down to 54,531, that would get me liquidated and I would lose all my tether inside my futures account. Now, I'm going to be setting a stop loss for this anyways and using proper risk management to avoid that liquidation altogether. Now, the more leverage that you use, the closer that liquidation price can be to your opening price. So just keep that in mind and double check your estimated liquidation price before opening a position. And of course, use proper risk management. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap here on confirm. And just like that, I executed that market order and it filled immediately at the best available price off the order book. If we scroll down like this, you can see my open position right here. If you don't see yours, just make sure you tap on the positions tab right here. Now you'll notice on this position down here, it says SLTP. That's where you can set a stop loss as well as a take profit for a position that's already open. So to get that done, let's go ahead and tap on that. And that gives us this form here where we can set a take profit as well as a stop loss. Now, if you look up at the top here, it says current price. It's actually showing you the current price that the asset is trading at. So in my case, I can see Bitcoin's trading at 81,725. For the sake of demonstration, let's imagine that I'm targeting 85,000 as my take profit. I would tap on this box right here, just underneath take profit, and I would type that price point in. I'd go 85,000, just like this. Now, just below that, BTCC is estimating what my profit would be if this trade goes favorably and the price of Bitcoin rises up to 85,000. Now let's go ahead and do the stop loss. Again, I can see the current price is at 81,731. And just for the purpose of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to set a stop loss just below 81,000. I'll tap on this box here under stop loss. And let's go ahead and do 80,990. We'll go just below that psychological level of 81,000. Looks good for this demonstration here. So I'll go ahead and scroll down a bit. And you can see right here that BTCC is estimating how much I'm going to lose if this trade goes against me and the price of the asset hits my stop loss. Looks fine for the sake of demonstration, so I'm going to tap here on confirm. Now I've set a take profit and a stop loss, and you can see them right here. You can see my take profit at 85 and my stop loss here at 80,990. So if I tap on the back button like this, you can see now inside my positions here that the SLTP has 1 and 1, which means I've got a stop loss and a take profit set there. If we come up here and tap where it says pending orders, we can now see the stop loss and take profit here as well. So in my case here, whether I'm on my phone or sitting at the computer or fast asleep in the middle of the night, doesn't matter. If the price of Bitcoin rises and hits 85,000, BTCC will automatically close this trade for me in a small profit. But if the trade goes against me and the price of Bitcoin falls to 80,990, that will be hitting my stop loss, and BTCC will be closing this trade immediately at the best available price off the order book, and I'll be taking a small loss. If at any point you want to cancel these, you can cancel them by tapping on the cancel button next to the one you wish to get rid of. So let's go ahead and do the take profit here. I'll tap on cancel and confirm. Take profit gone. Let's do the stop loss. I'll tap here on cancel and confirm. Stop loss gone. Now you can also manually close your position. So if we tap back here where it says positions, we're back to the position here, and we have a few options to close the position. You'll see there's a reverse button here. If we tap on that, what this will do is it'll give us an option with the slider bar here to choose how much of the position we wish to close and reverse. So in my case, if I was to leave this set to 100% and tap here on confirm, this is going to be closing my long position and immediately opening the same position size, same leverage, but in the other direction. So this would be closing my long and it would instantly flip me short. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to tap on the back button here. And we can also close the option by tapping here where it says close, and then use the slider bar right here to choose how much of the position you wish to close. And then when you're ready, tap right here on close. And just like that, I immediately closed that position at the best available price off of the order book. Now you can also set your take profit and stop loss while you're opening the position. So to get that done, of course, we'll tap on the pairings, choose the asset you wish to trade. We'll tap right here, make sure we're set to market order. And of course, we'll choose the position size we wish to open. This time I'll demonstrate with a short position. And I'm fine just doing the same position size here. So I'm going to leave this set to 0.01 BTC. Now, before opening this short position, betting on the price to go down, I'm going to tap on this box right here. Now you can see we get a couple boxes here where we can set a take profit and stop loss while we're opening the position. So I can see right here on the mid price of the order book that Bitcoin's currently trading at 81,751. Just for the sake of demonstration, let's imagine that I think the price of Bitcoin is going to fall to 75,000. And maybe I want to set my take profit there. So I'm going to tap on this box right here. And let's go ahead and do 75,000. I'll go just above that. We'll go 75,100, just like this. Now let's go ahead and set a stop loss. Again, when we look at the mid price of the order book there, we can see Bitcoin is now at 81,730. And let's imagine that I want to set a stop loss just above 82,500. I'll tap on this box right here. We'll type in 82,500 and let's go just above that with 10. So 82,510. So now that I have my take profit and stop loss set the way that I want it, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to open my short position, betting on the price to go down by tapping here on open short. Now we're getting the order confirmation window again, but this time you'll see right here that my take profit is going to be set at 75,100, and you can see my stop loss will be set at 82,510 as intended. So the details look good. I'm going to tap here on confirm. And I just instantly executed that market order at the best available price off the order book. If we scroll down, make sure you're set to positions, and here's where you'll be able to see your open position. If we tap here on pending orders, you can see that my take profit at 75,100 was added immediately, and you can see my stop loss down below that was added immediately as well. If we want to cancel those, we'll tap on cancel next to the ones we wish to cancel here. So let's get rid of the take profit, confirm, and the stop loss. Cancel, confirm, gone. Now let's go ahead and close the position. So I'm going to tap here on positions. We'll come down here, bottom right hand side, tap on close. I'll just use the slider bar here, make sure that's set to 100%, and tap on close. And just like that, I closed that position immediately at the best available price off the order book. So that's how market orders work. All right, here's how to use a limit order. So limit orders give you the ability to choose a price point that you wish to place an order to open a long position, or a price point that you wish to place an order to open a short position. But you do need the price of the asset to reach your order price before your order is going to fill and execute your trade. So what we need to do here is tap where it says market order, and down here we'll tap where it says limit order. Now we've configured the order panel to a limit order. And for this demonstration, I will demonstrate by placing an order to open a long position here first. So I can see on the mid price of the order book that Bitcoin is currently trading at 81,729. Let's imagine that I'm bullish on Bitcoin, but maybe I think it's going to pull back a little bit before it ultimately finds some support and then rips to a higher price point. For whatever reason, maybe I think it's going to pull back to 80,000. So what I'll do is I'll tap on the price box right here, and I'm going to go ahead and front run that just slightly. We'll go 80,250. Now I need to choose the size of the order I wish to place. Again, you can use the slider bar if you want to, but I'll just tap on the quantity box here and I'll do 0.01 BTC just like this. And of course, you have the option of setting your take profit and stop loss while you're placing your order by making sure that box right there is highlighted. And we can put our take profit in this box here and a stop loss in this box here. Of course, that's optional, but let's go ahead and do it. So let's imagine that I want to set a take profit at 90,000. We'll tap on this box right here and let's go 89,900, just like this. We'll front run that 90,000. I like to stay away from those absolute round numbers. Let's go ahead and do the stop loss as well. Let's imagine that I want to set the stop loss just below 79,000. We'll tap on this box right here and let's go 78,900, just like this. Now I'm ready to place this order to open a long position. So I'm going to come down here and tap where it says open long. And we're getting our order confirmation pop-up window here so we can confirm the details are what we intended. I can see my order price is down at 80,250, which means if the price of Bitcoin falls to 80,250, this order is going to fill and put me in a long position. And I can see that if this order fills, my take profit will be added at 89,900 and my stop loss will be added at 78,900. So this looks as I intended, so I'm going to tap here on confirm. And I just placed that limit order onto the order book. If we scroll down, tap right here where it says pending orders, here's where you'll be able to find all your limit orders that are resting on the order book. These orders are going to stay on the order book until they either fill or you manually cancel them. And of course, you can see in my case right here that if this order fills, my take profit will be added at 89,900 immediately, and my stop loss will be added at 78,900. But that will only happen if this order gets filled. Now, if you want to cancel any of your limit orders, easy peasy, just tap right here on cancel. And we'll tap on confirm. And just like that, I took that limit order off of the order book. And that obviously canceled my take profit and stop loss as well. And of course, we can always use a limit order for short positions as well. So I'll just scroll back up here. We can see on the mid price of the order book that Bitcoin is currently trading at 81,733. Let's imagine that I'm bearish on Bitcoin, but maybe I think it comes a little bit higher before ultimately finding resistance and then falling to a much lower price point. Just for the sake of demonstration, maybe I'm looking at 85,000. I'll tap on this price right here. We'll delete this, and I'll go ahead and do 84,900, just like this. Now I need to choose the size of the short position that I wish to open. If the price of Bitcoin comes up and hits 84,900, I'll tap in the quantity box. Again, I'm just going to do the minimum position size of 0.01 BTC. Now I'll go ahead and set my take profit and stop loss. Let's imagine that if this order fills, that I think the price of Bitcoin will fall to 75,000. We'll tap on this take profit box right here, and let's go 75,250, just like this. Now let's go ahead and do the stop loss. Let's imagine that I want to set my stop loss perhaps just above 85,500. We'll tap on this box right here. Let's go 85,550, just like that. Now that I have this set up the way that I want it, I'm going to tap on open short, betting on the price to go down. Now we can confirm the details are what we intended, and I can see that in my case, they are. My order price at 84,900. So if the price of Bitcoin comes up, hitting the price point at 84,900, this short position is going to fill, and I'll be opening a lot size of 0.01 BTC. And as you can see, my take profit and stop loss will also be added the moment that this order fills. Looks good, so I'm going to tap here on confirm. And I just placed that order onto the order book. If we scroll down, make sure you tap where it says pending orders, and again, you'll be able to see your limit orders resting on the order book. And of course, right here, you can see my take profit and stop loss are going to be added if this order fills. Remember, these orders don't fill until the price of the asset reaches your order price. If I want to cancel that, I'd tap here on cancel and confirm, and it's gone. I just took that order off of the order book. And of course, that canceled that take profit and stop loss as well. So as you can see, limit orders do give you the ability to be a bit more strategic by choosing price points that you wish to place an order to open a position. But you do need the price of the asset to reach your order price before your order is going to fill and put you into a position. But that's how you can use a limit order. And there you have it, your introduction to using the BTCC mobile app to trade futures. If you got some value out of that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Also feel free to check out my other BTCC tutorials, which I put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.